Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel, and we are continuing our topic occupational skills and knowledge. So we were dealing with WHMIS, and today we will go ahead with some more important features of WHMIS. WHMIS, WHMIS, and we did that workplace hazardous material information system, right? What WHMIS does? WHMIS provides safe management of hazardous chemical. So all those chemicals which are hazardous and are coming to the workplace, so WHMIS is looking after it, and he's providing a safe management system. So WHMIS provides necessary information. How it provides information? By labels, MSDS, and workers education program. So WHMIS does three things. They bound the manufacturer, suppliers, and receivers, that receiver should not receive anything which is controlled, which is announced hazardous, and we will see that how hazardous substances are classified, right? So they force them to provide a label, to provide a MSDS, to provide the workers education on that, right? So this is MSDS, stands for Material Safety Data Sheet. MSDS, Material Safety Data Sheet. MSDS will inform you whether the product is explosive, corrosive, toxic, poisonous, and flammable. So it will describe everything. That's how WHMIS is working. How WHMIS is providing you safe program? Through three things. What three things? Labels, MSDS, and workers education program. Right? What WHMIS is? Workplace Hazardous Material Information System. Who is controlling it? The government, right? So this is like a federal and provincial government. Both are like looking into it, that the workplace should be safe, the workers should be safe. They should know what they are handling with. They should know what precautions has to be taken. They should know what protective equipment has to be wear when dealing with those substances, right? They should know how to shelf them, how to deal them when they arrives in your premises, right? So label tells us that precautions should be taken when product is used, right? The same thing labels tells us. So fill in the blank is labels. So I'll make some MCQs based on these classes, and we will be very soon finishing up this chapter, which is save yourself, safety of oneself, and safety of others, right? So we are dealing with this MSDS program, Workplace Hazardous Material Information System, right? So WHMIS actually is a national system, right, for the safe management of hazardous chemical. It is legislated. It is legislated like by law, by both the federal and provincial government. WHMIS legislation requires that worker must be informed about the hazards in the workplace and receive appropriate training to enable them to work safely. That is what is required. So how WHMIS delivering things? WHMIS is controlling the necessary information by labels, MSDS, and workers education program. So remember this. Labels tells us that what precaution should be taken when product is used. WHMIS label is to appear on all controlled products received at your workplace, right? So this is how WHMIS is working. Employers must set up the worker education program that instructs worker about the contents and significance of label, MSDS, and how work safely with the hazardous chemical. So the label also tells us that what precautions should be taken when product is in used. So we will be dealing with all these, and I make some fill in the blanks, and MCQs will be coming up from the same course or from the same discussion or from the same class material. The supplier WHMIS label, we have the following format, right? How does the supplier label look like? Product identifier. So should be description, proper description of the name of the product, right? And then their supplier identifier, name of the company that is selling it, right? Clearly mention on it a statement that MSDS is available. On the cautionary label on the top of the product, it should tell us that MSDS is available for this product if you want to see. And what MSDS tells you, right? That is material safety data sheet, which tells you that whether the product is explosive, corrosive, toxic, poisonous, and flammable. So MSDS is available. Hazard symbol. Hazard symbol is important. We will be dealing in a few minutes these hazardous symbols which are at the bottom of the board. So these are the hazardous symbol. So hazardous symbol, and like the pictures, must be classification and mentioned on the top of the product so that everybody know that what type of the hazardous chemical is it, right? Is it a poisonous? Is it a toxic? Is it explosive? Is it a corrosive or whatever? We will deal with this, right? So risk phrase, that what describe the hazardous, what is the main hazards due to this product. What else? What we can think of? Think of another thing. Precautionary measures. How to work with the product safely. First aid measures. If an emergency occurs, what we have to do as an emergency measure or first aid measures, right? Have all text in English and French. Here we have in Canada, this has to be in both language, English and French. Have WHMIS hatched border. I can show you the how the cautionary label look like, so you can see that. So it has a hashed border. So you can see here is a hashed border, and then for example it is identifying product identifier on the top. Then we have risk. Then we have symbols on that what it can contain and what it can cause. See material safety data sheet. So this should be on the top of the product, right? So we will see in a moment that how we classify these product, right? So all products, when we say controlled product, what are the control products, right? So all control products are classified in the classes. They are classified in classes. What classes? Now we will look into the classes and their symbol, right? So this is very important for each worker, that they should recognize all of these symbols, and they should know that what hazards they are looking into or they are working with, right? So there are A, B, C, D, E, F, right? So there are 6 classes of hazardous chemical. What could be the class A? So you have to remember, please. Class A is compressed gas, and symbol is a small cylinder in a circle. A small cylinder in a circle. Then we have class B is flammable and combustible material. Flammable and combustible material. So this class includes solid, liquid, and gases capable of catching fire in presence of a spark, right? So catching fire, right? Catchable of catching fire is class B, flammable and combustible material. Remember, now class C is oxidizing material. The symbol is looking like same, but don't confuse. With the oxidizing material, we have a O and then the flame, and with the combustible material, flammable combustible, we have only the flame. There's no O, right? So there's C is oxidizing material. Please remember. Then D is poisonous and infectious material. Poisonous and infectious material. So when we say poisonous and infectious material, there are 3 classes, 3 more subclasses you can say. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, right? So class D is poisonous and infectious material, and we have 3 divisions, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. So we will deal with these symbols in detail, right? And then we have corrosive material. So we have a class E, corrosive material. Cross. Then we have class F, that is reactive material, right? Reactive material. What is corrosive material? Corrosive material, like you can say, for example, caustic and acidic materials that can destroy the skin, right? So we have a symbol. The skin symbol is like a hand, and a test tube is dropping some chemical on it, so it will provide destroy the skin, right? So this is the symbol which it tells us, right? So such as like hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, all those materials are corrosive material. Then there is reactive material, dangerously reactive material, and the symbol is R and a test tube inside the R. So you have to remember dangerously reactive, but symbol is easy because reactive is R. So R and a test tube in a circle. These products may self-react dangerously. For example, they may explode. They may explode, right? So this symbol is very like it can provide physical shock, pressure, temperature, or they can emit toxic gases, right? So we have to look for these symbols when we are handling with the controlled product. We are dealing with the classes, class A to F, and each of them are expressed with their headings and with their symbols, right? Coming back to these three part, which is D1, D2, and D3, we say that D1, material causing immediate and serious toxic effect. Material causing, this is material causing, this is division 1. I can write underneath it division 1, D1, right? D1, and this one is D2, and this one is D3. So these are the three subclasses or division of class D. So class D was poisonous and infectious material, and we have number 1 is D1, which is poisonous and infectious material. The material can cause death or immediate injury. So we have a symbol, a skull and the two bones. So skull in the middle, skull, 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 and two bones. So this can cause immediate death or injury to the person exposed to small amount of these material. This is very, very dangerous, right? So D2 is poisonous and infectious material, but these materials are causing toxic effect. So it's kind of T in the circle, D2, right? D2, long-term health problem. They can life-threatening. They can be life-threatening, right? So these materials are less severe than the first one, like division 1, but they are also serious for the health, right? And then D3 is biohazardous infectious material. Biohazardous infectious material. So these are three more class. So otherwise we should have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbols, but since we have 3 in here, so we are dealing with all these symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 symbols, right? So if you see any of these symbols on the container, you should know, now you are aware of that what type of hazard, and then you can refer to MSDS, and then you can refer to details of that material, so that you can use your protective equipment and be safe at your workplace, right? So it's not only the safety of yourself, it's also about the safety of others. Hope you like the video. If you like it, subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, and thank you for watching.